Hello and welcome back to Let's Play UnderRail Expedition with me, Bring It On. Alright, let's hopefully wrap up the talking to in this episode or the next one. I'm running out of alliteration for the video titles. Who stuffed a robe in there? There's Idine. I do feel like I shouldn't talk to him yet. Seems to be a very important person around here, so let's hold off on him for now. I have a hard time imagining these guys in here in their robes working out. But you never know. I can't go in their barrels. Normally people don't care if you go in their barrels. Okay, let's talk to F-Raider Denzel. Brandon. Alright, Median Samuel. Before you even had the chance to say anything, one of the two men points at you and speaks in a familiar, enthusiastic voice. Ah, Brandon. Good of you to finally show up. I mean, the Median and I were just discussing how you retrieved the Reaching Man from the clutches of those devolved inbreds, and... The F-Raider is cut short by a resolute voice coming from the other man, one whose different and arguably more elaborate uniform markings introduced as someone of superior rank in the Tchortist hierarchy than F-Raider Denzel. One of the symbols, and now 3 equidistant tentacles sprouting out of it, is similar to the one on F-Raider Denzel's, barring the extra tentacle. Silence. I've heard it already, and our brother already knows it from first-hand experience. No? Brandon, I am Median Samuel, the second-in-command of Preservation Forces of the Institute of Tchort. Welcome to my office. Tchort is evolution. Evolution is Tchort. Indeed it is, brother. Now, I need you to wait a few moments for me to finish with the F-Raider and send him away. This won't take long. Your notability. Median, I don't understand what you mean. Send me away. Let me explain it, F-Raider. As soon as we're done here, you're going to take your Rastifor unit and lead them to patrol the upper underrail, routes W1 through N5. The theft of the Reaching Man revealed how susceptible we are to having our couriers intercepted by the likes of lunatics and other inbred lowlifes. I want the area surrounding the Institute secure at all times. At all times. Infuriation seeps from the F-Raider. His body language reveals it. Yet just before replying to the Median, he calms down, as if ice-cold water is poured on his head. But the anger washed away. What is left is but great distress. Your notability. I worked hard with Brandon to locate and retrieve the Reaching Man, to bring it back in time for the anniversary, as is my duty to the Institute, to Idine and to Tchort. You realize that, yes? I know you do. Yet I am rewarded for my hard work by being sent on a meaningless patrol? Hard work. Don't make me laugh, F-Raider. If idling away in front of the Institute gate and waiting for a passerby, a complete stranger, to ask for help constitutes as hard work, then by all means you deserve a promotion, no? Perhaps you could even replace me, if that is what you desire. It's not how it happened, Median. Silence. I don't want to hear another word from you, F-Raider. Did you really think that your babbling and bootlicking would make me forget how the whole situation was handled? Yes, even though the figurine is back in our hands, it is not because of you, but because of a chain of very fortunate events, and the help of Brandon, who, by the Tchort, did a lot more than you. Now out. You have your orders, F-Raider. Tchort guide you. Overflowing with disappointment, the F-Raider leaves with a barely audible farewell. Tchort guide you, your notability. Wait for the F-Raider to leave. Man. Brandon, I am really sorry you had to take part in this. I have zero tolerance for such. I don't even know how to describe it. Incompetence. That is the adequate term. Now you, on the other hand, are exactly the opposite. You adapted yourself to the situation at hand beautifully, killed the lunatic vermin, and retrieved the valuable figurine, and achieved your goal. You became a member of our beautiful institution. Perfect. Survival of the fittest at its best. No? Now, I've been dying to meet you. Not literally, of course. Let us leave that to someone else. He laughs. I have work for you. A test, if you will. But if you had some questions before we start, feel free to ask them now. When did you join the Institute of Tchort, and why? I'm afraid I dislike discussing that subject, brother. Alright, I respect that. In that case, I'd like to ask you a different question. By all means, do so, brother. What can you tell me about the West Wing? I hope her notability Praepost Amelia didn't miss warning you about the West Wing, no? Well now, brother. The truth is that a warning is the only concrete information that you can get regarding the West Wing. The sad truth is, we don't know what horrors exist in that wretched place. And after what happened more than 30 years ago, we weren't too eager on finding out. And what happened 30 years ago? It's a long story. Perhaps you should visit Praeposter for that, no? What can you tell me about preservation? Preservation is one of the Institute's divisions, the one concerned with preserving Tchort, this institution and all its members. Our Rastafors are among the best trained troops in UnderRail, only we haven't had the chance to show it to outsiders. No? He laughs. I really don't like this. Hate that speaking quirk. And how does one become a Rastafor? First thing is dedication to Institute of Tchort and its ideology. Without it, everything else becomes meaningless. Second is hard work and rigorous training. Without it, one will not be able to perform his duties within preservation forces. Third and final is adaptation to any and all situations that Rastafors might encounter. I think that covers everything. No? Alright, what can you tell me about Harmost? I don't know who Harmost is. Okay. Harmost Stavros commands all preservation forces and relays his orders to Immediate, which is currently me, who then relays them to troops below. His Excellency is a wise man with years of experience and a great sense of strategy. He was a student of Monsignor Martial, or Marshall, after all. I'm not going to keep saying the no thing. When can I meet him? When he returns from the Cytosine outpost in Deep Caverns. When will that be? I'm not sure, brother. Cytosine outpost? Yes, is the first line of defense between the Faceless and our positions in Deep Cavern. So basically you are in charge until he returns. That is correct, brother. Communication between this location and Deep Caverns is unreliable at the moment, so Harmos had to leave the command to someone capable enough. So I've been trying to do my best to maintain everything as if His Excellency were here himself. As if I was in his position, in a way. What can you tell me about the Faceless? Oh, the Faceless. Our arch nemesis, he laughs. They are. From the very beginnings of Institute of Tchort, the Faceless were poking their augmented noses into our business and try to hamper our progress. They are violent, cannot be reasoned with. They don't even have free will. I'm not over-exaggerating. They never show any emotion or independence. They just cull. We know it. We've seen it. They seem to give you a lot of trouble. They tried. The first years of the Institute were the hardest for us. We hadn't had a strong foothold in Deep Caverns, and defending Tchort from the corrupted was very difficult. We were in constant conflict, shedding blood on a daily basis. Then, in year 42, we took a decisive victory in the Battle of Nucleus. Harmost Marshall commanded our Rastafors and gave the Faceless a lesson in warfare they'll never forget. So they left you alone after that? They never mounted any major assaults against preservation forces since that defeat. In the next 60 years, only irregular skirmishes were a sign that they were still alive. I don't even believe they have shown their dystrophic bodies in 10, maybe 15 years. Until now, when they assaulted Core City. Well, that's enough about that. Did you have any more questions, brother? Can I ask you some questions about Tchortism? Isn't it better to ask someone from propagation? One of the ministers, or better yet, Praepost Amelia? I mean, it is their job to teach novitiates and hold lectures. Now don't get me wrong, we can sit here and chat about Tchortism all day long, but I don't want to be teaching you basic concepts of Tchortism if that is what you seek of me. Any more questions? Alright, about that work you said you had for me. Yes, I can see you're interested in becoming a part of preservation, no? Darn it, I did it. Yes, your notability. I am interested. Excellent, that's what I wanted to hear. Let us begin then. I have a simple job for you. You're aware of the destructive force that was the recent earthquake. It did terrible damage throughout UnderRail. Unfortunately, the Institute wasn't spared from its wrath either. One of the walls in the utility section a couple of levels below us has collapsed, revealing a passage to the long-abandoned Harpocrates station. Minor damage, all things considered, which is lucky for us. However, it poses a security risk, as you may have already guessed. It was actually recently discovered, for the breach happened in one of the locked rooms no one entered for a long time. We hadn't noticed what happened until, well, I can't remember who it was, but someone went there and witnessed the chaos. Naturally, a RAS-4 unit was dispatched to scan the area, and it was free of threats at the time. When we later checked some of the old plans, however, we noticed that Utility Station 7, west of Harpocrates' main hall, has a long tunnel leading somewhere far away. Pipeline goes through it, so the plans show, but I'm worried about something else coming through. You understand me? I need someone to explore that utility station and secure it. Someone. He smiles. I'll check out that utility station. Just tell me how to get there. Go down the stairs by Iodine's library, and you'll see a couple of RAS-4s. They'll give you the key and let you through to the station. There's another set of stairs further to the right, but do not go there. It is a utility area which suffered a few gas leaks after earthquake, and is currently unsafe. It is all for now, brother. Come back once you are sure the area is secure. Tchort guide you. Perform the Tchortist salute. Tchort guide you too, Median. Alright. So we got our first quest for the Institute. But we won't be doing that until we talk to everybody. Everybody of import, that is. Ephraitor Hannah. This young woman welcomes you by putting her hand on her chest and follows with a verbal greeting. Her bright and high-pitched voice sounds pleasant and matches her petiteness perfectly. On the other hand, the full combat uniform that she is wearing, complete with a mask she never removes, a characteristic you noticed in all RAS-4s throughout the Institute, creates a different, if conflicting, visual image. Tchort is evolution. I am Ephraitor Hannah, Armory Keeper for Institute of Tchort. You are Brandon, if I am not mistaken. Evolution is Tchort. Yes, I am him. Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you too, Brandon. Under Immediate Samuel's direct orders, you're allowed to access to Preservation's armory, despite the fact that you're not a RAS-4. Yet. Of course, armory access is not free, so prepare some Sharons before making a purchase. Alright, what do you got? Anything good? Any boot springs? No? There we go. Hey Brandon, what culling tools do you need now? How and why did you join the Institute of Tchort? Institute born here, she laughs. That means I've been exposed to Tchortism all my life, and I'm glad for it. I was lucky. Outsiders who come here as novitiates always talk how difficult life on the outside is. Poverty, disease, bandits, wars even. While we do have our own problems here, namely with the faceless, and as of late, lunatics, the quality of life in the Institute is unmatched by anything in South UnderRail. All in all, the Institute is totally apex. She laughs. Have you ever been outside? Other than a few upper UnderRail patrols when I was a RAS-4 trainee, I never went too far from the Institute. I saw nothing of interest during that time anyway. Totally nothing. So did not really feel the need to see what lies beyond. I'm sure it's just more of the same. I've got everything I need right here. I have friends, family, and this totally apex armory. I suppose I have a purpose. Tchortism is something you dedicate your life to. Something that fulfills you. All in all, I have everything here. And what can you tell me about Median Samuel? His notability is a dedicated Tchortist and a good man, and it is an honor and a privilege to be a RAS-4 under his command. He can be strict, but he is always just. Is he in charge of all forces, or...? No, Brandon. That'd be His Excellency, Harmos Stavros. Median, as a rank, is someone who relays Harmos commands to Ephraitors and RAS-4s. The middle link in the command chain, so to say. But since His Excellency is in deep caverns at the moment, he left Median Samuel in command of the Institute forces up here. So in a way, he is in command, but only temporarily. Alright, well, Tchort guide you, sister. I wouldn't have it any other way, Brondon. You too. Alright, cool. So let us go up this way. There's Amelia. Well, let me select it. There we go. Alright, so I can't go in there yet. What's down here? Just want to get an idea of where I'm at. Alright, where is this taking me? Oh, okay, through this main. Okay. Alright, so we'll probably start with Praepostor Amelia. Brondon, I'm very pleased to see you. What can I do for you? Can you tell me more about the West Wing? The West Wing was in ruins long before the existence of the Institute of Tchort. It was always sealed off from the rest of the building. When the great earthquake of year 24 struck and demolished the library, refectory, and a good part of the main hall, a discussion took place about whether to restore the West Wing together with everything else. Since the Institute building is very large, and especially back when the number of members was smaller, there's no need to rebuild the severely damaged West Wing. It would take away too many resources from other, more important things. I think I've read this whole thing already. Oh, I may as well finish now. Therefore, the entrance to it was sealed again, while other damaged sections were repaired. Yeah, we've read all this. I'm not going to keep reading. I'm interested in some directions. Where do you need to go, Brondon? Sleeping quarters. Oh wait, nope, alright, we already have talked about all this. Yeah. She has no new dialogue, that's a little disappointing. Alright, let's talk to Judicator Azarias, that's a cool name. Or Provost Vladin? Who do you think you are? Provost Vladin. The instant you make your presence known, the two men turn their heads toward you. They both look to be in their late 50s, and based on their robe decorations, seem to be of higher authority in the Tchortist hierarchy. Without hesitation, one of them, the man with the pointier, skinnier face, speaks to you in a determined yet smooth voice. Excuse me, brother. I don't know who you are, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave this office. Judicator Azarias and I are in the middle of an important discussion, and really cannot afford to be interrupted. The other man is quick to join in. His round, wrinkled face, which had a stern expression ever since you came in, quickly turns red. His voice is only slightly deeper, but significantly harsher, even a bit strained, than the other man's, making him sound much more imposing. Magnificent Tchort, what is the meaning of this audacious intrusion? How dare you barge into Provost's office like that? Please calm down, Judicator. Remember what Brother Jer Franz told you about getting upset. Think of your health. Also, come to think of it, I believe this young man here is the novitiate who retrieved the reaching man from the feral lunatics. Which of course does not give him the right to, as you say, barge into my office. He smiles. Still, we can forgive him for this act under the assumption that it never repeats again. Correct, novitiate? Judicator calms down. If you say so, Vladen. I mean your great honor. But were this my office, an act of disrespect such as this would not be tolerated so lightheartedly, I assure you. I have no doubt in your words, Judicator. He smiles. Now, young novitiate, I'll ask you again politely to leave us to our discussion. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very sorry to have interrupted you, and I will leave this office at once. Provost, Judicator, Tchort guide you both. Apology accepted. We'll forget this ever happened. Tchort guide you, novitiate. Alright, so they don't want to talk. That's fine. I don't want to talk to them anyway. How about Episcopos Lydia? Is that her? Yeah, Lydia. You come up to a slim, middle-aged woman who welcomes you to her office with an indistinct gaze. While her attractive face, marked by prominent green eyes, has an even, almost wrinkle-free appearance, her deeply lined, scrawny fingers and her loose neck skin are an honest indicator of her true age. Her voice is calm and collected, and only slightly rough on the edges. Additionally, more than one thing about her appearance and behavior seem familiar to you, but you cannot immediately figure out why. Tchort is evolution. May I help you? Evolution is Tchort. I'm Brandon and I had some questions for you, if you have the time. Brandon. Yes. I know exactly who you are. I am Episcopos Lydia. Welcome to my office. I have very little time to chat, so I ask of you to make your questions brief and as concise as possible. Now, what is it you needed of me, Brandon? What do you do here? You mean in a sense what job an Episcopos perform? If so, then the answer is simple. An Episcopos oversees and manages all 3 departments within investigation. I've been in this position for, I'd say, almost 10 years, and during that time we've had numerous achievements. Does that answer your question, Brandon? Could you tell me more? I'm really curious. Then you have to wait for a more appropriate moment. I have plenty of work to do at the moment, and time is short. What can you tell me about investigation? Investigation can be summarized easily with a single word. Knowledge. As you know by now, I hope, Tchortism views Tchort as both a physical entity and a symbol of knowledge related to it. But it doesn't stop there, Brandon. The evolution of humankind does not benefit just from genetic research. For example, by making ourselves physically resilient, like, say, the recombinants. Physical form is only one fragment of the complex natural puzzle we've obliged ourselves to solve. An investigation's goal is to discover each and every one of these fragments. Knowledge is key, Brandon. That is all from me. For other details regarding investigation, you are to seek Praepostor Amelia. Okay. She didn't want to talk to me. Okay, well, sure. I guess we can talk to Iodine real quick, and then we'll continue eastward in the next episode. Let's see what lies in each direction. A lot of assembly rooms or auditoriums. Alright, maybe we'll talk to Minister Percival instead, because this is a dead end. We can talk to Iodine at the beginning of the next episode. I feel like Iodine's going to have a lot to say. You recognize the familiar face of Minister Percival. He recognizes yours too without delay. Shortness evolution, brother. I am terribly sorry, but I'm currently engaged in a conversation with these acolytes. Do they have tentacles coming out the back, or is that part of their robe? Anyway, could you please seek me at some other time? Oh, sorry for disturbing you. Sure, guide you. Okay, well, maybe we won't talk to Minister Percival. I'm assuming then this should be the investigation section. This place just keeps going. I guess we're in the East Wing now. Taking a short break. Okay, a long break. She yawns. Alright, so there is north, south. Alright, let's just take a peek in each direction. Genetics laboratory. Try not to make something, whatever. Don't go downstairs. And what happens if I do? Psycho. Slimy, dusty. Relationship. The vent is too narrow to crawl through. Ray and Lucy. Okay, this is like some sort of weird puzzle area. I'm sure this is going to be for an investigation quest later on. Okay. Well, we still have a lot of people to talk to, it seems. Because we have this area. I'm going to map out everything real quick. So, Investigator Vuk, or Vuk, and we have... These are the guys we need to talk to about the jobs. This is genetics. I forgot what other areas they said there were. Chemistry, okay. Darn it, yeah, they can still see it. Do you know the Institute of Tchort is the largest supplier of medications for Core City? Will they get mad if I hack this? It's not red. I assume that they don't care. Can I just walk in here? I feel like I shouldn't just walk in here. Oh, brother. Magnificent Tchort, who let you through the decon chamber? Yeah, I'm in there ruining their, Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. My bad here. Leave you guys to your work. Alright, this is the other principal investigator. So we're going to talk to all these people. Looks like there's 2 people per investigation department. You have the principal investigator, then you have some secondary. Like this one had the principal investigator, and then investigator Vuk, or Vuk. And then there's Octavia, and then the principal investigator there. And then here we have Physics. Ooh, this sounds fun. Actually, I hate physics. I'm not a big physics guy. I don't like math, so obviously physics and myself would not get along. Yep, so 2 per each one of these areas. So we'll take care of that next time, then we'll talk to Idon. I plan on talking to them all in the next episode, because like I said, I am running out of alliteration. I have enough for at least 2 more episodes. I can probably come up with more if I thought about it longer, but for now, yeah. So I plan on finishing talking to everybody in the next episode, and then we're gonna actually start doing all their quests, and then we'll just proceed from there. We'll start with this guy next time. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.